So here's the thing, we're constantly bombarded by ads, right? They're everywhere, always telling us we need the latest gadget, the perfect vacation, or a new way to lose weight. And the more we feel like we're missing out. It's like the whole world is designed to make us want things we don't have. And as a result, we don't feel at peace. There's this constant feeling of, I need more. Now, let's go way back, thousands of years ago. Buddha figured out something about this. He wasn't dealing with drive-thrus or TikTok, but he saw how people's endless craving, the desire for something outside of what they already had, was making them unhappy. He called these insights the Four Noble Truths. Basically, he realized that suffering isn't just about physical pain. It's about this deep-seated dissatisfaction. We keep looking for happiness in all the things we don't have yet. And back then, it wasn't about the latest iPhone or fancy car, but the idea was the same. Buddha saw that people's constant desire was keeping them from true peace and happiness. So, Buddha's Four Noble Truths start with something we can all relate to: suffering. He said, look, life has suffering built into it. And that doesn't just mean physical pain. It's all the dissatisfaction, the anxiety, the disappointment, those moments when things just don't feel quite right. Think of it like scrolling through social media and seeing everyone else living their best life while you're stuck in the everyday grind. That's the first truth. The truth of suffering. The second truth goes deeper. Buddha figured out that our suffering has a cause, desire or craving. We want things to be a certain way. We want more, better, different. Maybe it's a better job, more money, or even just more likes on a post. We keep reaching, keep wanting, and it's exhausting. The problem is, no matter what we get, it never feels like enough. The desire keeps us on edge, always looking for something just out of reach. Then comes the third truth. If there is a cause to suffering, then there must be a way to end it. And that's the Buddha's big revelation. If we can let go of this constant craving, if we stop running after things, we can actually find peace. Imagine feeling content, even just for a moment. No need for the next big thing. No need to prove anything. That's what he meant by the end of suffering. Finally, the fourth truth is the path to get there. Buddha called it the Noble Eightfold Path, just kind of like a roadmap to help us break free from the cycle of wanting and suffering. It's about living in a way that leads to peace. Right action, right thoughts, mindfulness, and wisdom. It's like learning how to walk a balanced path in this chaotic world. Stop getting pulled in every direction by everything we're told we need or should want. Alright, so if the Four Noble Truths tell us what the problem is, Noble Eightfold Path is Buddha's solution. It's like a set of guidelines to help us find peace, to let go of that constant craving and dissatisfaction. The path starts with right understanding, which means seeing life clearly, like understanding that this constant search for something better is actually what's making us unhappy. It's realizing that more things, more approval, more followers don't actually fill that empty feeling. Then there's right intention. This one's about setting the tone for how we live. If we go through life without harmful intentions, without acting out of anger or jealousy, then we're already creating less suffering for ourselves and others. It's like a mental shift that helps us look at life with kindness instead of frustration. Next, we have right speech and right action. Right speech is about being mindful of how we communicate, avoiding gossip, lies, or words that harm others. Think about how much of social media is built on judgment or tearing others down. By practicing right speech, we're choosing words that uplift rather than add to the negativity. And right action, it's about doing things that align with our values. Living honestly, being compassionate, and not harming others. It's the core of living an ethical life. Then there's right livelihood, which means choosing a job or a way of life that doesn't exploit or harm others. In a world where we're constantly being encouraged to compete, to climb higher at any cost, right livelihood asks us to live in a way that's fair and just. Now we get to right effort, which is about mental discipline. It's choosing to focus on positive thoughts, not letting ourselves get bogged down in jealousy, anger, or anxiety. Instead of spending hours online comparing ourselves to others, right effort is putting energy into things that bring inner peace. Then there's right mindfulness. This one's huge. It's about being fully present, actually noticing our lives as we're living them. Imagine sitting down to eat a meal without checking your phone, really tasting each bite. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media or racing through traffic while eating, mindfulness helps us reconnect to the moment, to savor life instead of rushing through it. Finally, right concentration. This is about training the mind through meditation or other focus practices. It's a skill of quieting the mind, learning to stop that constant buzz of thoughts telling us we need more, more, more. Right concentration helps us experience a peaceful, focused state of mind that's free from distractions. When we walk this path, we're training ourselves to step out of the constant craving that's so common today. The Noble Eightfold Path isn't about perfection, it's about guiding ourselves back to balance, back to peace. It's the ultimate toolkit for finding freedom in a world that keeps telling us we're missing something. So in the end, the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, are like a map of this cycle of wanting, reaching, and feeling empty. Buddha saw that our constant craving keeps us from truly enjoying what we already have. And in today's world, with so many options and so much noise, his teachings feel more relevant than ever. To leave you with Buddha's own words, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. In a world that constantly tells us to look outward for happiness, maybe these teachings are a reminder that everything we're searching for is already within us, waiting to be found.